And one thing that Peaceful Schools did was, first of all, it created that relationship, not only for me, but it created with the teachers within themselves, the students within themselves, and the teachers with the students. Peaceful Schools gave us that kind of systematic school-wide approach to how do you form relationships, or how do you begin to help kids deal with what they come into school with. And that's that social emotional piece that I think and find so invaluable with our students. Because on any given day, a child doesn't come in with that intrinsic motivation. And so Peaceful Schools taught us how to develop that intrinsic motivation. So when they're dealing with things, they begin to kind of self-analyze. For me, the biggest thing that I liked was the, we call it the morning meeting. And I say that because most times whenever kids come into your school, you're gonna be able to tell from the moment they hit that door how they're feeling. And so the morning meeting gives them a chance to kind of get it out, or it gives them that extra moment to kind of gather themselves before we go right into instruction. But it also has groomed leaders in the building where they're learning how to be advocates for themselves. So instead of just being angry with something, or a decision was made and they're going to be angry, and instead of acting out, they now have channeled that into how do you advocate for yourself. And it has been like the best thing to see them advocate for each other. I remember in middle school, I can't remember exactly, but it's something they had done as a middle school, and I had taken away a particular privilege. So they decided, they elected a student council president to come in and speak with me. But she was setting the meeting up for me to come speak with everyone else. So she came in and said, "Ms. Pryor, we don't understand why this decision was made, and we would like for you to come meet with us." I was like, okay, who can refuse that? I mean, so instead of just taking it out and arguing and being mad with me and just being mad with their teachers and all of that, they really had true concerns. I mean, it didn't change the consequence, but I did tell them I appreciated the way they advocated for themselves, because the lessons that they learned, they can take it further. Because a lot of times, sometimes kids, they don't know how to advocate, so they turn it into anger, and then there is misplaced anger. And then it ends up in your classroom, or it ends up against the teacher, or it ends up against me, and things like that. So Peaceful Schools has helped us to teach them how do you channel that, how do you become an advocate for yourself. But what it has done, it has decreased our number of people that gets in school suspensions. It has decreased our fights that we have. It has increased the instructional time that teachers have in their classrooms. But I think for me, that's been great also is to see the students now they begin to think about their own behavior. They try to regulate their own self, or they try to regulate each other. And we recently finished up the MAP testing, which is the major measurement people are beginning to use around the country. And we are so pleased with the results. We're not going to speak it out loud, but we are really happy with the results. Because for me, it's not a program. It's really like the way of doing business. The strategy is something that you can take into any school. It almost can go into anything that you're already doing in your school, because it's really a shift in behavior and your mindset is what it is.